What's going on, RV owners? Today we're going to be talking about winterizing your whirlpool indoor ice maker. I know that one was very specific. I'm covering this one specifically today because there's just not a lot of information about it. A lot of your standard RV ice makers in the residential style refrigerators have quite a bit of documentation or videos and how-tos on how you can actually winterize those. Not a whole lot on this one. A lot of people opt for just letting it sit for a couple days with antifreeze pressurizing the system, but I'm going to show you how to get it done in one shot without a bunch of nonsense. Now this is going to apply to quite a few models where your screen looks something like this. You have the indoor ice and water. Now the water is fairly easy to winterize because you just put a cup here when you're doing your blowout, catch all the water, and then when you're doing antifreeze, same thing. I will note, before you do either of those, you should definitely remove your filter because it's going to gum it up with antifreeze and it's not very good. Now on that note, it doesn't really matter if you destroy it because in my opinion, you really shouldn't let them sit all winter and then throw them back in there because they're going to dry out, they're moist inside, and I feel like it's a great place for bacteria and mold to grow. It's just something you should count on replacing every year since you have to remove it during the winterization process. But let's get to the process of winterizing this guy. So again, you can do your water right here and simply press a button and blow all your air and antifreeze through there that way. That alarm I'm getting is just for replacing the filter. You're going to hear that throughout this process. But when it comes to the ice maker, unless you want to sit around and wait for it, it's not very easy, but it can be. You're going to go into a service mode here, and the service mode is going to let you manually activate the ice maker valve as well as the tray. Now on these whirlpools, typically there is a plastic cap up on top of the hinge here, and you can find an actual service manual underneath there for these refrigerators. In an RV though, unfortunately, since they have to tuck them into these cabinets, those caps are often missing, and so is that service manual. But I'm going to tell you the only one you really need to know, which is 45. So ice type and light right here, your last two buttons, press and hold. You'll see that countdown. Need to hold them for 3 seconds. It's going to open a menu. You're going to have some options here. I start going backwards, so I start right at 48, and we're going to go to 45. Now, when I select zone and it counts down, you're going to hear the ice maker activate. There we go. A little bit of air action. Now, I've already gotten all the water out of this system. Typically, you're going to hear water flow out, and that water is going to go into the ice tray, which is where this next option is going to come in handy in helping you empty that ice tray. Now, you're going to want to, again, blow all the water out of the system and then run the antifreeze in. So you're going to have about an ice tray full of water antifreeze mix that you're going to want to get out of there because as the RV is moving around, it's going to end up spilling and it will end up on the bottom of the refrigerator cabinet and rot all the wood out. So you don't want that tray up there just sitting full of water or antifreeze. And I have found the absolute easiest way to do this without making a mess is to simply take a towel, shove it in here, close it. Again, mine is already empty. But once we have that tray full of water, again, we are going to change our options here. Only now we are going to do option 44, select zone. And I don't know if you can hear it on the camera here, but that ice tray in there is going through a twist cycle where it's pretending it's dumping out the ice, or that's what it thinks it's doing. So it's going to dump everything that was in that tray out into that towel that's stuffed into the container. Now again, once you've blown out with air and antifreeze and you've dumped that tray out, you're going to go back over to those first two buttons, ice type and light, press and hold those. You'll get a countdown from 3, 2, 1, and we're back to normal operation and out of service mode. And it's really as simple as that. That's all it takes to winterize one of these refrigerators. I've seen so many complicated process in like Jayco owners groups and Thor owners groups of people finding all these really creative ways to winterize these because Whirlpool isn't much help, the manufacturers aren't much help, and there's just not a lot of information on it. So I hope this video helped you. Even if you've already winterized this year, I really hope it helps you next year, make it a little bit easier on you, getting water to flow through that ice maker, and of course getting all of the liquid out of there before you put the RV away for the winter. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want to see more tech tips, tricks, and even some tours on RVs, make sure you guys are pressing that subscribe button. It really helps me out.